Tonight we're blessed to have with us Paul Morgan. If you don't know Paul Morgan, you're going to get to know him because he might just become the next governor of the state of Hawaii. We'd just like to have Paul come and just share a few words and get to a few words just to get to know you a little bit better.
Shabbat Shalom and Aloha. Thank you, Rob Rich, for helping me with my lesson on the way, Shabbat Shalom on the way here. My name is Paul Morgan. I'm born and raised in Mississippi. I was born in 1975. And I was sharing the story with the deacon when I first came in. He asked me about my faith. And I said, I told my grandmother at 12 years old that I wanted to be saved. And she said, in a good old Southern grandma kind of way, well, get back in that room and go to pray, right? So we were having, and I grew up in the Methodist church, AME Zion, African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church. And we had revival this summer, during that summer. And I remember going back in that room, and I remember praying for everything. And as I realized, you may not know what it is you're praying for as a child with that faith, with that belief, with that trust. But when you pray in that way, that's when it is realized. Later on in your life, you'll realize it. I remember 18 years old, I had an opportunity to play some football in a high school in Mississippi, and we were the first team to win a state championship. And in 7th grade, I told the teacher who was dropping me off at home, we're going to be the first team that wins the state championship. And 30 years later, she didn't remember that story. And as I continue to look back over my life of those moments of when I truly believed and had that faith, had that enthusiasm, had that desire, and all those things where I was just open to who I truly am, those things began to be realized in my life. And I've attempted to make the focus to go back to those type of experiences in my life, to where it brought me to the point of I knew I was going to live in Hawaii. In 2013, I moved here after making 2 visits. I live on the Big Island with my family. I've coached high school football at Kamehameha schools to Kealakahe. I've worked in juvenile probation services, adult probation. I've even worked in a prison since I've been here. I've owned an insurance agency and employed people to the point of what am I truly supposed to be doing? And during this pandemic, a lot of us experienced some things that we probably didn't want to go through or didn't want to experience, but we had to do it. And most of us persisted through to the point of we're here to this point now where we're able to fellowship amongst and with each other. So what came out of that for me is I did not want to be led by the current administration because I felt that call that I could do something different. I could do something better. I wasn't a victim. I knew my legacy, my history, and my mom, who was a 17-year-old mom when she had me, she told me I could be whatever I wanted to be. So I've always fallen back on the toughest time in my life to those moments when she inspired me when she didn't know how. And to this day, I've kept her pay stub, which showed that she made $2.38 an hour, and all the hours of overtime that she had to go through to support 2 children, 10 months apart, in Mississippi, while she was continuing her own education. It took her 8 years to graduate from college. And I was fortunate to have these genetics to be able to run fast, jump high, and do whatever the coach told me to do on the football field. And that allowed me to be afforded a scholarship to Vanderbilt University, where I majored in human and organizational development. So I'm drawing on all of those skill sets, all of those experiences, all of those relationships, new and old, to help me in this greatest opportunity that I have of service, which is to become the next governor of Hawaii. We have a campaign platform. It's Hawaii First. On our website, Paul Morgan for Governor, you'll see the Economic Recovery Plan, you'll see the Sustainable Hawaii Plan, and you'll see the End Corruption Plan. And a part of that whole plan and platform and administration, it involves the churches, it involves the schools, it involves the 501c3s and nonprofit organizations, because those are going to be the ways that we, one, don't increase the overhead of the state, cause people to think they're going to lose their jobs, and what's in the best interest of the citizens of Hawaii. Because the churches, nonprofits, those organizations that have that tax-exempt status, they're going to be able to partner with us as a state to help us with affordable housing and join us as developers as we partner with contractors and actual developers to work with nonprofits who qualify for the funding and the land, so we can help lower the overhead of people who live here. I can bore you with more campaign talk, but Rob is here to make sure I don't go, we have a phrase, don't go Rain Man on you. Because it really is drilled down that deep in my spirit like football was, to the point of I have the opportunity to make plays with you, our team, the ones who care from here, and the ones who are aligned with the Spirit. So I believe I'm called to do this great work of bringing us simply together. Bringing us simply together. And my role in this is to run for governor and to give you a choice, of who the next governor will be. I thank you for the opportunity to come up and share, and God bless. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Paul.